So, hello students, hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss a program, class programming for class 10th ICSE board students. Okay. And in programming section, there will be 6 programs in class 10th examination. And out of 6 programs, we have to attempt 4 programs. 2 programs you can omit. Okay. So, in that, the first programming will be class programming, which I'm going to discuss in this video. So here, without wasting my and your time, let's start with this program. Class programming I'm going to discuss. Okay. And this program is, in the programming section, this program is easiest program. You can learn it, you can solve it easily. Okay. So please listen carefully and follow my guidance. Then this program at least you can solve very easily. Okay. So let's start. See, here I have the question. This question is in front of you. This question I have taken from class 10th board ICSE board previous year question paper. Okay, ICSE board के previous year question paper से question मैंने लिया है. Okay, so let's start. See this class. This question. Design a class showroom. Class name will not be there. Design a class showroom with the following description. Okay, means what is the name of the class? The class name is showroom. Okay, here instance variables oblique data members means this class will have 3 data members: name, moveno, cost, dis, and amount. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data members are here. So this class has 5 data members: name for name of the customer, moveno to store the mobile number of the customer, cost to store the cost of the items purchased, dis to store the discount amount, and amount to store the amount to be paid after discount. Description is given only, that's why this question looks lengthy, only because of this description. But this question is easiest question. ये क्वेश्चन देखने में सबसे बड़ा लगता है लेकिन सबसे इजी क्वेश्चन है. Okay, so class name, and what is the class name? Showroom. And what it has 5 data members: string name, long moveno, double cost, double dis, and double amount. So let's see. This import I have done because it is required. Scanner class object is required here. Okay, then class showroom, as I told, the name of the class is what? Showroom. Okay, design a class showroom, and it has 5 data members: name, moveno, cost, dis, and amount. That we have copied from the question only. We have not done any logical approach. We just copied that. Got it? No. So here we have what we have done. We have written the class name and we have declared the data members. Simply I have copied from the question. कोई यहाँ पे logical approach या कोई extra effort हमने put नहीं किया. We are not putting any extra effort for this. Just we are copying from the question. So you can see if you go through the size of the program, अगर program के size पे जाते हैं तो 50% as per the size 50% solve हो गया, इतना solve हो गया, अब इतना सा बचा. So don't go by the length of the program. Just this program is very easy. Okay. So what we have done, we have written the class name and we have declared the data members. Okay, data members we have declared. This class has 5 data members. So we have written class name and we have declared the data members. Then you will go for the functions, methods, what that class has. So coming to that, now member methods. Methods means functions. So now this class has these 4 functions. First function is showroom. You know what is showroom? This is the name of the class is what? Showroom. And the name of this function is what? Showroom. It means it is a constructor. Obviously, it is a constructor. Okay. So first function, what we have here? Constructor. And it is said default constructor to initialize the data members. Okay. If you have default constructor to define in the question, so let me tell you the thing. If the data members, you know what is the purpose of constructor? The purpose of constructor is to initialize the data members of the class. This class has 5 data members. So in this constructor, we will initialize the data members. Means we will store the initial values to the data members. So let listen and keep in mind this concept. I'm going to give you the common concept. if you have a constructor, default constructor to define, in that constructor you will initialize the data members of byte, short, int, long, and double type. If the data members are of byte, short, int, long, float, and double type, you can initialize such type of data members by 0. You can initialize those data members by 0 if the data members are of byte, short, int, long, float, and double. If the data members are of that type, you can initialize them with 0. Okay, and if the data member is of string type, you can initialize that with 2 double quotes only. Okay, let me show you. So constructor, the purpose of constructor is what? To initialize the data member. So you can see name is of its type, string type. So I have initialized it with 2 double quotes only without a space. 2 double quotes means it's empty string. Okay, move is of long type, cost is of double type, this is of double type, amount is of double type. So all I have initialized with 0. As I told, byte, short, int, long, float, double type of data members you can initialize by 0 in default constructor. Okay, so please keep in mind, this is basic concept. This is common concept which you may have in each and every program. I hope it is clear. I'm clear to everyone. Still any doubt, you can ask through the comment section. So for what we have done, we have defined class, we have declared the data members, step by step I'm telling you. Then we have defined the constructor. Please remember what to do in the constructor as I've explained. If the data members are of byte, short, int, long, float, double, you will initialize them with 0, and if it is of string type, you will initialize them with 2 double quotes only. It's empty string. Initialization done. Constructor defined. Now we'll go for the next function. Next function is void input. Read the description. It is written to input customer name, mobile number, and cost. इसमें क्या करना है? Here we have to take input. Simple. In each and every program, you know how to take input. If you are writing program, each and every program you are taking input. So this, what to take input in this function? Customer name, mobile number, and cost. ये तीन चीजें input लेनी है. Simple सा concept. In this function, we have to do that. So void input is here. Void input opened, void input closed. Okay, and such comment you can write. You must suppose to write such comments also for each and every function. Okay, here, as you know, for input we require the object of scanner class. So here we have created the object of scanner class. Okay, it is required. Then what to take inputs? Read the description. It is given here. To input customer name, the data member of for customer name is name. To input customer name, mobile number, for mobile number the data member is mobeno, and cost, for cost the data member is cost here. ये तीन चीजें input लेनी. These three things we are going to take input. It is said in the question. So that we are doing. Enter name, mobile number, and cost. This message we have written. Then for name we have the data member name. You see, it is of string type, so sc dot next line. We are taking input. You know very well how to take input. Moveno is of long type, so we are taking input sc dot next long. Cost is of double type, so we are taking input by using the function next double. So simply we are taking input. Read the description, what to take as input, do that. You know how to take input very well. I hope so. Okay, so simple. We are not putting any logical effort in this function. We are just taking input, simplest program. Okay, then so constructor defined, function, this input function defined. Now little bit logical effort you have to put in this function only. You can see, to calculate discount on the cost of purchase items. Okay, here in this function we have to calculate what? Discount. Okay, so discount is what? Based on the following criteria. Means if the purchase amount, means if the cost is what? Less than or equal to 10,000, the discount will be 5%. 5% of what? 5% of what? Cost. 5% of cost. जो भी cost होगी, cost क्या है? To store the cost of the item purchased. तो इसमें क्या करना है? To calculate discount on the cost of purchased items. Okay, based on the following criteria. So here, what are the criteria? Less than or equal to 10,000, 5% of what? Discount will be 5% of what? 5% of cost, CUST cost. And so different criteria are there, more than, less than, sub diya hua. This we are going to calculate. So that calculation we are going to do. Simple, this is the simple if else programming. Okay, see here, I am going to show you. Calculate. If the cost is less than or equal to 10,000, so then discount, for discount we have the data member dis. Don't use any other variable if data member is there. For discount there is a data member dis, so that we are using. Discount will be what? If the cost is less than or equal to 10,000, what is the discount? 5% of cost. So this can be written like this: 5.0 upon 100 into cost. If the cost is greater than 10,000 and less than or equal to 20,000, more than 10,000 and less than or equal to 20,000, 10%. So if the cost is simple if else program, I think you are getting this. If you have confusion in this, you can ask through the comment section. 10% of cost, 15% of the cost. If the cost is more than 3,500, then 20%. Okay, 20%. So that simple calculation we are doing. More than 35,000, 20% of cost. This we have calculated. Means in this function it is said to calculate the discount amount. To calculate the discount on the cost of purchase items based on the following criteria. This we have calculated. Little bit logical approach you have to put here. I think this program is very clear to you. This is very simple program of if else. Simple question में जो लिखा है उसको हम उस condition लिख रहे हैं वो calculation कर रहे हैं. 10% of cost, 15% of cost, and whatever the value of discount will be calculated and will be stored into which variable? This variable. This is the data member. Nando, what is this? Here this is given as the data member of class, which will store the discount amount. Okay, then next function. So this calculate function done. Now next function, void display. To display the customer name, mobile number, and the amount to be paid after discount. Means here we have to display the name, mobile number, and amount to be paid after discount. So for name we have the data member name. So I have displayed with the message name equal to the name of the customer equal to जो भी है. Mobile number, for mobile number we have the data member moveno. And how to calculate amount after discount? You have to subtract discount from cost. Okay, cost minus this. The value of this is what? Calculated discount amount. That will be reduced from the cost, and that's supposed to stored into amount variable. See what is amount variable here. This amount variable is for what here? See the description. This amount variable is here to store the amount to be paid after discount. So this variable is for that only. So in this amount variable, we are storing this amount after discount. The cost minus this will be amount after discount. Amount to be paid after discount. So that will be stored into amount variable. Now here we are printing amount to be paid after discount equal to the value of this variable. Simply we are displaying the elements, displaying the values. ये थोड़ा सा कैलकुलेशन करना पड़ा, तो आई थिंक ये भी बहुत डिफिकल्ट नहीं. कॉस्ट में से डिस्काउंट कट सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे, तो अमाउंट टू बी पेड आफ्टर डिस्काउंट विल बी कैलकुलेटेड, दैट वी आर प्रिंटिंग हियर. Okay, I hope it is clear. So very simple program. Then last but not the least, write a main method to create an object of the class. Means here we have to define the main function, and it is written what to do in the main function. If you read it, write a main method to create an object of the class. Write a main method to create an object of the class. Means now what to do? We have to create an object of the class, first thing, and call the above member methods, and we have to call the methods functions which we have defined. So what is the class name? Class name is showroom. So we have to create the object of the class as it is given in the question. You can see it is given in the question. Write a main method to create an object of the class. So means in the main function we have to create the object of the class, and we have to call the member methods. So class name is what? Showroom. So in main function we are creating the object of the class. Okay, then by this object, this is the way to create the object of any class. Class name, object name, then equal to, then new, again class name, then this bracket. Object creation, this comment I have written, you also supposed to write. Then by this object we are calling the above methods. Which are the methods here? Input. You will not call this constructor. Showroom को call नहीं कर, sorry, so what is showroom here? It is constructor. Don't call constructor. You know when constructor is called? Constructor is called when we create the object of the class. जैसे यहाँ पे object create होगा constructor, ये जो part होता है, this part is what? Constructor call. So constructor has been called already. No need to call it afterwards. When a constructor is called, when we create the object of that class. Please remember this. Generally mistake तुम लोग करते हो, तुम लोग constructor को भी call करते हो. नहीं, constructor is already called. Okay. Now by that object we are calling the functions. So other than constructor we have three functions: input, calculate, and display. So we are calling, simply we are calling ob.input, ob.calculate, ob.display. Then main close, class close. So in main function it is said to create the object of the class, that we have done, and then call the above methods. We are calling the methods. Please don't call the constructor. यहाँ पे ob.showroom नहीं लिखोगे क्योंकि showroom क्या है? Constructor है, उसको नहीं call करना. So I hope it is clear. It's very easy writing main function also. And last but not the least, not in this program only, in each and every program, you supposed to write variable description. You know, variable description and some few comments in each and every program. If you're not writing variable description and this comment, you know, this is variable description and comment all together is called documentation, and it has 3 marks. Out of 15 marks, it has 3 marks. So please don't forget to write the variable description and comments in each and every program. If you'll omit it, if you'll forget to write comments and variable description, 4 programs you have to attempt, and out of 3 means 12 marks will be deducted easily, बिना किसी उसके 12 नंबर का नुकसान हो जाएगा. So please don't forget to write variable description and some comments like this, what I have shown already. Such comments somewhere you can write. Don't forget to write variable description and comments. It is of 3 marks, so don't be in the loss. Okay. So this is all about this question, this function, this program, मतलब जो question था. So I hope tried to explain clearly. So I hope it is clear to everyone. If still any doubt, you can ask through the comment section. Another question. Here I am with this new question again. Okay, same thing. Here the class name is what? Electric bill. Okay, it has 3 data members: string n, int units, double bill. The description is written. These variables are for what? You should read it. Question paper पढ़ना, इस question को पढ़ना ध्यान से. String n is here to store the name of the customer, and units is to store the number of units consumed. Electricity bill की बात हो रही है. Double bill to store the amount to be paid. कितना bill आया वो bill amount store करने के लिए. तो import java.util.scanner is required for input. Now class name is what? Electric bill, and it has 3 data members that we have declared. Okay. So what we have done, we have written the class name, we have declared the data member. Now we'll go for the functions. So here the functions are, first function is void accept. Here we do not have any constructor, सीधे function आ गया void accept. The void accept is here to accept the name of the customer and the number of units consumed. Means here this is the function in which we have to take input. 2 things we have to take input: name of the customer and the number of units consumed. 2 things. So for name of the customer we have the data member name, and for the units consumed we have the data member units. For the name of the customer, for the name of the customer we have the data member n, and for the number of units consumed we have the data members units. So that we'll use here. In void accept function you can see such comment you can write. And here we are, as you know, for input we require an object of scanner class. So we have created the object of scanner class, and what to take input: name of the customer and number of units consumed. So proper message. And for name we have the data member n, and for the units consumed we have the data member units. Okay, simply input ले रहे हैं. ये common चीज तुम लोग दिख रहा होगा class. You can see the class name, data members, a function to take input, for taking input. Common things are going on. Okay, so please practice more question. Okay, then next function. Next function is what? Void calculate. Okay, to calculate the bill as per the following tariff. ये first 100 unit, next 200 unit, above 300 units. This is the criteria. As per that, we have to calculate. Here rupees 2 per unit for the first 100 units. For next 200 units, 3 rupees, and for above 300 units, rupees 5 per unit. और ये एक्स्ट्रा सरचार्ज अप टू 0.5%, ये सब बाद में डिस्कस करते हैं. So see, this I am going to discuss afterwards. The void calculate function I will discuss afterwards. Before that, consider if you are not knowing this, if you are not able to solve this, then you can move to the next function. Okay, that function I will discuss right now. In this video itself I will discuss, don't worry. But before that, if you have confusion with this, you can omit it and you can write the next function. Next function is very simple. Always in previous question it was display, here it is void print. उसमें प्रिंट करना होता है, डिस्प्ले करना होता है, सिंपल. लास्ट एक फंक्शन और क्लास, देयर विल बी क्लास, data members, a function in which you have to take input, and a function in which you have to display something. Simplest logic is there. And main function, then variable description. The common things are there. You can, as much you know, you can solve it. Step marking is there. So here void print I am going to discuss. Void print, to print the details as follows: name of the customer, number of units consumed, and bill amount. ये तीन चीजें, these three things we have to display, we have to print as per the question. So what we use to print anything? System.out.println. So see the void print function. Name of customer with the message. For name of customer we have the data member n, number of units consumed we have data member units, and for bill amount we have the data member bill. These three things it is set to print. Message also given. So we are following the same message. You can see same message I have written here. Name of the customer, number of units consumed, and bill amount. देखो same message हमने consider किया है, यहाँ पे लिखा है. Okay, simply. Then main function. Coming to the main function. So in main function you can see same thing. Write a main method to create an object of the class. Means we have to create the object of the class and call the above methods. What is the class name? The class name is electric bill. So main function we have to create the object of electric bill. And by this object simply call the function. Three functions are there: accept, calculate, and print. ob.accept, ob.calculate, ob.print. Then close. And then don't forget to write the variable description and few comments like this. Okay. So it's very easy question. Now I am going to discuss this question, this function calculate which I have left. Come back to this. So it is given here कि if for the first units, for the first 100 units, for the first 100 units, the cost is rupees 2 per unit. Okay, means up to 100 units. Let me show you. Units for first 100 units means if the number of units consumed is less than or equal to 100, up to first 100 units. What is the cost? 2 rupees per unit. Means the bill amount will be 2 into units. Okay, is it clear? For the first 100 units, the bill amount is what? The charge is what? 2 rupees per unit. So 2 into number of units consumed जो भी होगा calculate होगा और bill amount में store हो जाएगा. Okay. Then next 200 units. थोड़ा इस point पे ध्यान देना. Just listen carefully. For next 200 units means what? For first 100 units, rupees 2 per unit charge. For next 200 means after 100 units, means after 100 units means from 101 to 300. Next 200 का मतलब after 100 units means from unit number 101 to 300. Next 200 की बात हो रही, after 100 units के बाद की बात हो रही. Means from next number unit number 101 से मतलब more than 100 and up to 300. Okay, means next for next 200 means first 100 units हो गया, first 100 units हो गया. अब 100 units के बाद के next 200 का मतलब up to next 200 का मतलब up to 300. 100 unit के बाद के 200 units मतलब from 101 units to 300 units. So as per this criteria, this condition is here. I hope it is clear. See, for unit is greater than 100 and less than or equal to 300. This is for next 200 units. Okay, I'm taking the example. More than 100 means consider the number of units consumed is units is equal to up to 300 means 250 units. Okay, so it is more than 100. It is more than 100. So listen, out of 250, listen carefully. Consider for this condition I'm taking in this range more than 100 and less than 300. If the number of units consumed is more than 100 and less than 300, then listen. Consider 250 units have been consumed. Okay. So out of 250 units, first 100 units, the cost for first 100 units is what? 2 rupees. The cost for first 100 units is what? 2 rupees. Now how many units are left? 150 units. How are you getting that 150? By subtracting 100 minus this. Means फर्स्ट 100 यूनिट्स का कैलकुलेशन हो गया ना, 100 यूनिट्स का कैलकुलेशन हो गया, तो यूनिट्स माइनस 300 सब्ट्रैक्ट कर देंगे, जो रिमेनिंग अमाउंट है वो नेक्स्ट रेंज में आएगा. फॉर दैट द कॉस्ट इज व्हाट? 300. मींस आउट ऑफ 250 फर्स्ट 100 यूनिट्स विल कम इन द फर्स्ट रेंज फॉर द इन दिस रेंज. फॉर दैट द कॉस्ट इज व्हाट? 2 rupees. And remaining amount, how will you get the remaining units? Units minus 100. And for that the charge is what? 3 rupees. Okay, then more than 300, the next condition is what? More than, above 300. Okay, okay, the last is above 300 units. Means first 100 units हो गया, next 200 हो गया, now 100, 200, 300 units done. Above 300 units the charge is rupees 5. Okay, and this extra 2.5% extra charge will be there, a surcharge of 2.5% charge if the number of units consumed above 300 units. This calculation also will do. So here, if units is greater than 300, I am taking the value greater than 300, units equal to 300 or 350 मान लो. So out of 350, first 100 units will come in this first range. First 100 units. First 100 units. In this range, what is the cost? 2 rupees. Next 200 units will come in the second range. You can see the question. That cost is 3 rupees per unit. So 100 units has come in this range. Next 200 has come in this range. So how many are left? 100 and 200. 300 calculated. Now how many units are left? 50. How are you getting the 50? Subtracting units minus 300. 100 and 200 का calculation यहाँ पे हो गया. तो 300 calculation हो गया, तो 300 subtract कर देंगे. That remaining unit will come in the last range above 300 units. For that the cost is 5 rupees per unit. Okay, and if the unit is number of units consumed is above 300, there is a extra surcharge of 2.5% of bill amount. तो bill amount में add करके bill में store कर दिया हमने. Okay, so I hope it is clear to everyone. So rest of part I have already discussed. So these two programs I have discussed. Still you have any confusion, you can ask through comment section. Okay, and students, practice more question of such type from the previous year question paper of board examination. You can use the specimen paper of last year given by the council. Solve, practice more question. This is the easiest program in the programming section. So for this video, this much only. Thank you.